Welcome back to the channel. Today we're out at ND Drift again, Interstate Raceway, for another drift weekend. Before I pull the car out of the trailer, because it's a little bit wet, there's projected thunderstorms the next couple of days, I need to do some alignment adjustments on the driver's side front. So I got to do a little bit of work in this tight little space, adjust the camber just a little bit, and try and adjust my Ackerman setting just a smidge. I'm 3/8 towed in on the driver's side only. The left side is good. So I'm gonna do that real quick. I'll show you just a little glimpse of what I gotta do, then get the car backed out, get over to tech. Okay, so what I'm gonna do real quick, I need to camber it in just a touch more. That'll help push my tie rod out. I also need to adjust the front Ackerman setting up here and pull that in to help push the tie rod out. Yes, it might not make much sense, but the suspension works backwards from what you would think. So, camber in, helps push it out. Ackerman forward, pushes that out. Because it's just got a tiny little bit of a bend, which isn't very much. It's just a little bit, but those small little adjustments, maybe 1/8 of an inch adjustment on the measurement on the camber on the top, will help push it out maybe 3/16. And then the Ackerman setting in the front, just pulling that in maybe a 1/16 or 1/8 will also pull it out on the tie rod about 1/8 of an inch or 3/16. So I'm a 3/8 in on this side right now. Hopefully I can get that out so it's a lot closer to matching the other side. There's also a very tight squeeze in here. Very tight. Okay, I got the camber adjustment set where I want it, or pretty close, I hope. Now we're going to move right in here on this. Just do a little bit of adjustment on that one. Now we just gotta put the wheel back on, set it down, and use the toe plates and see how close it is. Alright, it might be a little loud, it's raining pretty hard outside, but I got the alignment set up so where I'm a 1/4 inch toe out again, which is right where I want it. So we're good to go. Probably gonna let the rain die down a little bit, hopefully it does. Then I'll unload the car. I'm gonna go and eat some lunch. It's like 2:30, it's really late lunch, but we're gonna just let it sit for a minute. Let the rain hopefully calm down, then I'll back out and do tech real quick. All right, so I went out for a couple of laps just to check out the track. It's really wet out there, really slick, and it just feels like the front end is like super grippy compared to the rear. So I'll probably have to air down just a little bit. I'm like 30 pounds in the back. But then also on like the second lap, I went to pull the e-brake and the lever was like basically soft. So it looks like, so this should be straight up and down right now and it's like nothing there. But really it's like the pin is disconnected from the actual cylinder in here. So I gotta try and get this boot off real quick and see what's going on in here, because it shouldn't be like that. Like there's still pressure here, but it's able to flop all the way forward, which it's never done that before. So I got to figure out why it's loose in here or whatever. And then there's still pedal pressure too, but if you don't have pressure on this and you press the pedal, it kicks this forward. So that's not good either, because then I have brake fluid sitting there going back and forth, but not actually going where it's supposed to go. So I'm gonna dig into that quick. We're at 4 o'clock right now. I think the track is hot until 7. Technically it's cold, but yeah, I gotta see what's going on here, because that's not right. All right, so what we're looking at here, this is the pin that goes into the actual master here. The pin sits in this little cup down in here, and then there's a ring behind it, which looks like it's okay. It almost looks like there's a little kink in it. But then this snap ring popped out. I heard something click at one point, so I was wondering if something kind of came loose, which the snap ring did. I don't know that I have a snap ring tool here. It almost looks like that might have a little twist too, but I don't know why it would have done that. It's kind of odd, so maybe I'll see if I can get that to snap in with a small screwdriver or something, just to kind of push those locking pins in. It's easier to get it in without a tool than it is to get it out without a tool. When you try and take that out without the tool, that's when stuff breaks. So I gotta put the camera down. I don't have a way to mount this to show you guys, and this is all pressurized with this boot and everything. So I'm gonna throw that or try and push it back in there and see if it'll go back in and work how it's supposed to. If not, I will have to figure something else out. So yeah. All right, quick update. So I got it all back together here. It wasn't super tricky. It's easier to get that snap ring in without a tool than it is to take it out without a tool. So I have just a really small screwdriver that I could use to put into one of the holes, and then a shaved down little screwdriver for the other one. So I can at least kind of pry down in and push it around into the little lock ring spot, and then just like seat it with a big screwdriver. It is now really foggy in here because I don't have a fan going in here. It's gonna be kind of upside down. So down inside here is where all that stuff goes in. Now this is all held in place. I just have to put the boot back on it to cover it up, and a nut to kind of set it on the handbrake arm itself. The time joint is pretty loose until you get this tight, which this was like finger tight before. So I think that's part of the problem. It was able to wiggle in here and twist it a little bit. Now I'm gonna wrench that down so it's nice and tight, and actually pull this back just a little bit so it's, before it had some play in here, I'm gonna take all of the play out of it so it doesn't do that again. I gotta set this down again, tighten it all down, and then hopefully be able to get back out on the track for a little bit more. A couple laps here. It's 4:30 now. I think it was 4 o'clock or somewhere around there when I had to pull off track. So then I gotta drop the pressure in the rear because it's way too slick. I'm gonna go for a 2-car tandem with Brian leading. He's gonna chase. I'm almost to the point where I can throw a backy with it being wet through the Manji, but I don't know if my axles will want to take it. I'm hearing a little bit of noise when I'm throwing it that hard, but we'll maybe jack the pressure up again so I can slide farther. myself this time again. Maybe if there's enough room, I'll throw like just a stupid backy, but I also don't want to slide off either. So we'll see. Before it gets super dry to where you can't do it, I'll maybe throw one more because it's feeling really good. Pretty low right now, so we're kind of just like looping it back, giving it enough time to cool down, but still being able to get on the track a lot.